What is up? Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here, welcome. Here we help men lose up to 25 pounds of body fat, build lean muscle and confidence, all in just 90 days, especially if you're skinny fat. It's exactly what this whole entire channel is for. But if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're gonna be going over simplicity and what to do if you've been screwed over before. You've tried other diets, you've tried other workout plans, you've tried different things that haven't served you, and you're still feeling lost. You're like, what do I do? Nothing seems to be working. I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried that. It said other people said it's worked for them, but it somehow didn't work for me. Am I a one-off case? What's happening? What is the right thing to do? I feel lost. I feel like giving up. Nothing is working for me. Will I ever be able to lose the weight? If you find yourself asking any of those questions, this video is going to answer every single one of those questions one by one. So definitely stick around. This video is going to be super value packed, and let's get right into it. So first of all, I'm going to share my story of when I started, and I was in this confused state because I tried different things, So growing up, I was the chubby kid. I was a little overweight, and it wasn't super apparent to me until other people called it out for me. Gladly, thank you. It fucking hurt back then in the day, but pretty much, yeah, I got bullied for it in elementary school, junior high, and up until high school as well, a little bit for different reasons. But pretty much, I just enjoyed what I ate. I enjoyed eating food, and that's not a crime. I still enjoy eating to this day. It's just some things have changed. But back then, that allowed me to be in a calorie surplus, and I was gaining weight as a child. So, but that mindset kind of stuck with me for a while of like, I'm just a fat kid. That's what people would tell me I was. And then it kind of stuck with my identity, especially having that when I grew up. And I've spoken to other people, and I've even worked with some people that have had the same kind of situations going on, where that's how they grew up, and they flip their mind. They're like, I've always been the fat kid growing up. And they're stuck with this label as they grow up and get older, even into their 20s, even into their 30s. I've seen a couple guys, and it really sucks just to have that in your mentality. But that is probably one of the biggest things to get over. But pretty much what I did was I was from that point, and it was a certain day. It was my freshman year of high school. I was hanging out with some friends who I realize now were like awful for me. Definitely not the best people to be around. But I was hanging out with a group, and they were in one room. I think it was his bedroom or their living room. I forget. But the point is, I went to the bathroom. I came back, and I heard my name. And when you hear your name, you kind of pause for a second. You're like, well, wait, I'm not gonna walk in because what if they say something about me? I trust my friends, right? And then so I listen, and they're like, oh, no, Jake's cool, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But Jake, he has like a normal looking body, normal looking because they were all skinny, but like, he honestly has a belly, and have you noticed his legs are really fat? And I'm just around the corner, and four of my friends are talking about this, my friends. And I was just crushed, because I was like, it's something I had been a little insecure about up to that point because I got told that I was overweight through elementary school. But hearing it from my own friends was one of the hardest things, and I was like, what the hell? Because I was skinny fat. They were telling the truth. It hurt to hear that from a place like a friend group, somewhere where you go for support, from people that actually care about you, but they clearly didn't. And I learned that day and later on. But the point is, that's one point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna start making a difference. I need to change right now. Something needs to switch. Something else needs to be different. So what I did is I kind of did what everyone else kind of does when they start. I tried dieting, and I was like, okay, well, what diet's gonna work? Well, if I eat less, I'll lose weight, because that's how you do it. You just eat less, you lose weight. So I would go a couple days without eating. It was usually max 3 days, minimum like a day, usually a day in between eating it all. And it was awful. I didn't like it because I liked eating food. I was a food guy. And then I remember there was one day where like, I already had one day where I didn't eat anything. And the second day I had something planned, and I wanted to look skinny. I was going to the pool, actually. I was going to the pool, and I was like, I want to look skinny when I take my shirt off. And I didn't eat yesterday, so that's good. It's not good. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to eat a lot today, but I'm really hungry from the day before. So I had 5 goldfish. 5 goldfish. That was like nothing. And I remember having that and like actually feeling this feeling of like, this doesn't feel right. This can't be the right way to do it, because how is majority of the world fit or skinny? Because when you're in that place of being skinny fat or overweight, you're like, how is everyone else skinny or in shape, but for some reason I'm not? and you just feel like something is wrong with you. Like, what am I missing? What do they have that I don't? And that's when you get into things about like, oh, big bone, genetics, my family, all of those excuses start to pile up when you realize they're just excuses. So yeah, I did that, and I was like, okay, let me try some other diets. Let me actually do some research into this. So then I found out about keto, one of the largest diets, one of the most popular fad diets. And I tried that, you know, 0 carbs as best as I could, try to cut out all of my carbs. And then I was like, these meals are weird. This is gross. I don't like this stuff. And I wasn't seeing any results, honestly. I don't know. It's because I wasn't tracking my calories, and that's what we're going to get to, what I eventually started doing that actually worked. But if you don't have a pulse on your calories, you're not guaranteed to lose weight. That's why it works for some people, because it lowers their calories, but clearly it was not working for me. I know a bunch of guys where it didn't work for them either. But the point is, I tried that. I also tried carnivore. I also tried 1 meal a day, and I was like, you know what? It's better than not eating anything, so I'll have 1 meal every day, which I was super hungry. And the cravings became so large that when I did eat, I would binge. That's another thing where I was going multiple days without eating. The days where I would eat, I would just absolutely binge and go crazy on the pantry, crazy on the refrigerator, eating almost anything in sight that looked good, because I was like, you know what, I deserve this. I haven't eaten for so long. And then afterwards, you know, you feel that shame and that regret. So that was a really hard thing to come over. And then eventually I was like, okay, I started going to the gym because I was like, I want to improve my body that way. And I loved it. I was like, this is a really cool feeling. I like lifting weights. I like using my body. I like the mental release that I get after a workout. I like showing up, putting effort in, and then seeing some results. The results are very small when you start, obviously, but I was like, this is a cool feeling. I enjoy this. And then it became to the point where I was like, I want to work out every single day. So I was going more frequently and more frequently, and that didn't require me, but I wanted to go to YouTube to find even more information. So watching videos just like this, where I was like, you know what, like, this is awesome. I want to know how to lose weight and build muscle as fast as possible. I want to get there as quickly as possible because I'm ready. And that is what propelled my knowledge and my actual experience too in my body, because I was getting kind of mediocre results before and wasn't very consistent. There'd be times, especially in the first year, where I was kind of like not going. I wouldn't go for like a month at a time, or just a couple of weeks, a couple of days, whatever it is. But once I had all that information together by watching videos, just consuming and actually doing the stuff, that's the biggest thing, is instead of just watching these videos like you're watching this video right now, actually consuming and using the actions that I give you, which I'll explain. I'll give you those later in the video, but actually using this stuff rather than just being a mindless consumer, watching it for entertainment. Watch it for education. Watch it because you want to learn something, because you actually want the result, not just because I like this person, it's cool, I like the idea of being fit, so I'm going to watch this video. No, watch it, learn from it, use the advice, because you'll see results and be like, oh my god, this works, I'm going to do it again and again and again. It's a win-win. So that's pretty much a brief situation of my story. And then once I made the muscle metabolism, by doing all the research, looking at all the studies of how everything worked, I was able to piece together the muscle metabolism, which is my unique way that allows you to lose body fat and build muscle at the same time, going off each other. Pretty much how it works is the more muscle that is on your body, the more calories those muscles require. So you could be eating the exact same calories every single day. If you're building muscle, that muscle is going to burn more calories, putting you in calorie deficit. You're going to lose fat, build muscle at the exact same time, as long as your protein's on point too. But I developed that. I lost 25 pounds, built lean muscle. I also became a lot more confident, and that was all in just 3 months. It was incredible. It was like that time frame was absolutely perfect. I measured myself, weighed myself, everything like that, and here are the results to prove for it. It was awesome. But now I'm about almost 5 years into my lifting journey, ever since that complete day one, and it's been a great time. I absolutely love it. But now for you, that was my story. But if I were to be starting over again from day one, or just got off, say, that keto diet, or just got off starving myself, if I were to find that lost man again and tell him what to do, here's exactly what he has to do. So just know, for the diet, I'm going to explain it as simply as possible. So how does it work? Okay, your body, you intake calories, you use calories as energy. There's a certain number that your body burns of calories every single day. Even if you were to wake up and stay in bed and not move a single muscle for the entire day, you're still burning calories, and your body has a set amount of calories. And we call this our maintenance calories. So you might have heard people talk about that's what your maintenance calories are. Now, why does that matter? Okay, you want to lower that number. So your maintenance calories, if you eat your maintenance calories every single day forever, you're going to stay the same way forever. That is exactly how it works. That's thermodynamics. That's the science. Nothing else can dispute that. Now, if you slowly lower that number, say you take your maintenance, say that's 2,000, and you minus it by 100, you put it to 1,900 calories, you would lose a little bit of weight. So that's how a calorie deficit works, and that's how you lose weight. This is not like a keto, a carnivore, a vegan type thing of like, oh, just eat these foods, this food good, this food bad. Yes, that'll give you less calories, but the point is, it's calories at the end of the day. This is the thermodynamics, this is the basics, these are the gears that make this work. And you have to understand that first of all. So in order to be in a calorie deficit, the numbers that I recommend is finding your maintenance calories. I actually have a link in the description to an actual document I made. You just put in what weight you want to be at, what weight you're currently at, some important stats like your height, your activity level, everything like that. It's really important when it comes into factoring this, and it will spit out your exact calories, your maintenance. Week 1, which is your maintenance, minus 350. Week 2, which is your maintenance, minus 700. So on and so forth. It lists it all completely on the graph, so you can go check that down in the description for free. But that is your calories, and you need to be tracking your calories. You can't be guessing. There was a long period of time where I was guessing, and my body showed for it. I was getting mediocre results. I was not putting on muscle like I wanted to. I was not losing weight like I wanted to because I wasn't tracking my calories. So just download a simple app. I think it's one called Chronometer, I think is what it's called. But there's also MyFitnessPal. I personally use an app called Macros. It's on the App Store, the Apple App Store. They're all super simple. They're great. You just put in your food, type what it is, however many grams it is, or you say like, if you eat Oreos, it's like 2 Oreos, that's like my cheat snack. But it tracks it all for you in there, and it tells you your protein, your carbohydrates, your calorie intake, everything like that. So definitely track your calories every single day, because that will be a little hard to get used to for the first like 2 weeks, I'd say. But after you're past that point, it's going to become second nature, just like brushing your teeth. Like you won't even question it because you're just so used to it. So tracking your calories is the biggest thing you can do. Just having a pulse on what you're actually eating, because if you're not tracking, you don't know. Being in a calorie deficit, that's how you're gonna lose the fat, ultimately. That's it right there. You could not even go to the gym and you will still lose weight doing that, okay? Now, if you do wanna get results even sooner and put on some muscle, not an insane amount of muscle if you don't want. If you want an insane amount of muscle, that's cool. That's personally what I want at this point. But when I started, I just wanted to get that more lean, toned physique. And you have to build muscle to do that. You can't just lose fat. So, in combination with losing fat, go to the gym. This is exactly what I would say. This is simple and easy stuff right here. 4 days a week. Pick whatever days you want. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You have a rest day on Thursday, and then 2 rest days over here. 4 days out of the 7 days you have in the week. 3 days of rest. And on those 4 days, you're going to be in the gym 1 hour each time. That's it. 1 hour. Don't spend more time than that. That's literally all you need, because when you're in the gym, you're going to be doing compound movements. So if you don't know what that is, you can look up compound exercises and it will spit out a bunch for you. But these are things like the bench press. So the bench press is called a compound movement because when you do it, you're using your chest, you're using your triceps, and you're using your shoulders. You're using 3 muscles at once rather than just one, like some other exercises do. So you're gonna wanna use a lot of those because you're getting the most bang for your buck, okay? And then, so yeah, things like bench press, things like the squat, works your quads, your hamstrings, a little bit of your calves too. So a lot of compound movements, and you're actually pushing yourself. You're not just moving the weight. What I want to think about it as is, say you're doing like a leg extension, something for your legs. If you're able to scroll on your phone and be consumed on something else, you're not going hard enough. You need to be focused enough. You need to be working hard enough to where when you're done, you're kind of like, whew, that was hard. That was tough. That was tough. Okay, let's go again. You know, you need to be tired. You don't. If you just put half the work in, you're gonna get half the results. That's the reality of it. So yeah, 4 hours a week, 1 hour per session, 4 days a week. Write out what days you're gonna go. Set that time aside so nothing else can get in the way. A time where you don't have work, you don't have responsibilities, you won't have to show up for anything else. It's just simply for the gym. Okay, and I just made another video actually about how you can fit that into your schedule. You can either do it super early in the morning or super late at night. If you have a super duper packed schedule, make time for it, dude. It's just an hour. It's gonna pay off so much. So that's exactly for the gym. That's exactly for your diet. Pretty much all you need, but your mindset is also really important so that you can stick with all of this. And because if you can't stick with it, you're not disciplined, you're not motivated, none of this is going to go through. You have to be in it for the long run. And so a really nice way that I like to do this is find your reason why. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want the result? Why do you want to have visible abs? Why do you want to have like that V-taper kind of look? Why do you want to have a toned body with a little bit of vascularity? Why is that important to you? Do you want to show up for yourself? Do you want to show yourself like, hey, I'm capable of doing this hard thing? Or do you feel like, you know what, I'm just so done with my body. I'm done with other people telling me about my own body. I'm done with what I see in the mirror. I want to change for myself. Maybe you want to show up and impress your family, your girlfriend. You want to attract a girlfriend, maybe whatever it is. Think of that reason why. Make sure it's strong and it'll be able to support you. And then remember that when you wake up super early in the morning, you're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. Remember why. When you get off work and a super long day that you just had and you have to go to the gym before you go home and you're like, you know what, I could just go home and eat whatever. I'm gonna go buy a pizza and go home instead of going to the gym. Remember your reason why. And then be like, actually, no, I'm doing this because I'm proving to myself that I am worthy of doing this hard thing and getting this result. Okay? Reminding yourself of that and then moving forward and actually doing it. That's really important. And another thing, just to clear up your mentality, what I recommend is a 10-minute walk in nature every single day. Every single day. It's only 10 minutes. It's really not that long. I promise you can make time for it. As long as you're near one tree, I say it counts. And the reason why I say in nature is because being in nature literally releases something in your mind, makes you more relaxed, less stressed. So you're going to feel better. You're going to have a great time in your life, in your body. And you're also going to realize that like what's around you. You're like, you know, I'm grateful. Instead of scrolling all day and being inside, this is life we live now. Going outside for 10 minutes is going to pay off a bunch. So that's pretty much everything I have to say about diet, nutrition, the mindset too. Now, if you're still missing a couple things or you're like, this all sounded good, but I'm just missing a couple things on how to actually implement this and actually get results, I have an opportunity for you. I have a free strategy call. You can book it in the description below. Let's ask a few questions and see what kind of problems you were having. And then on there, we'll go on the call, look at your problems, talk about your goals, see what's going on, write an actual plan for you, all completely for free. It'll be a Zoom call, like 45 minutes to an hour. And if it doesn't look a good fit, you can click that in the description below. And use this advice as much as you can. I make these videos because I literally am thinking about myself when I started. And if I could just have one video to watch when I was struggling and lost at that point, I would want it to be this. And I'm hoping that I can do that for you. Click subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, you got this.